I'm nearly positive this was my first time ever playing golf in Marin County, and it was a great first impression. If you want to play a golf course that's 9 holes, affordable, but has some of that quirk of courses that I've spotlighted on this channel, like Prestwick and dare I say, even St. Andrew's Old Course, where the routing is unique and you can even get lost because it's kind of almost non linear and holes can play in different directions and such, Mill Valley might be your golf course. So let's see the intro and then let me talk for a second and watch the footage. So this is a very affordable golf course. It's about 25 or so odd dollars for 9 holes. You can double loop it and it's more, etc. The greens are exceptional at this course. It seems like it has a great locals vibe. It feels like people go there. Not as many maybe out of towners, maybe people that come and visit family. Feels like a hidden gem amongst them. And I hope that people don't go, I hate you, Lukie, for showing our great golf course. And now we have 5 more people there and it's annoying. Uh, really, really neat in terms of just the shots that you hit. A lot of times when you play golf in America, it's driving range golf, it's manufacturer golf. What do I mean by that is how far can you hit it? And the courses accommodate technology and hitting the ball far and the mindset of distance, distance, distance. This course is very much about accuracy. You can have many different skill levels, but the thing that it rewards most is keeping the ball in play, keeping the ball in front of you. And with exceptional greens and unique kind of hole concepts, it really emphasizes a strong short game. It's the type of golf course that I wish more Muni golf courses would take on, where you just get more quirk to the golf course. It reminds me also of one of my favorite golf courses in the whole world, Plumas Lake Golf Course in, I can't even remember, up in Northern California. That is a great golf course, and a lot of the reasons why is it has a bunch of unique shots that are tailored around the landscape and the architecture around there. It's a very small piece of property, yet they made some really interesting golf holes to be played. And I think that this course, of many of the courses that I've featured over the past couple of years, this is one that really stood out to me that I didn't expect to be this good. And I would dare put it up there in terms of like the great 9 holers with Northwood. So, welcome to Mill Valley Golf Course in Marin, California. This is the parking lot. You just kind of park on the street above it. That was there. Here's the first hole, whiteboards for the signs. Love that it's like being redone, it felt like. First hole, drivable par 4, 240. I feel like I'm not hitting the golf ball very well, so the clubs don't go as far as they should. That driver probably went about 210, and then I had a wedge in and hit it over the back of this green. This course is the ultimate accuracy test, and if you don't hit it far but you're accurate and you love focusing on a short game, this could be your jam. Because these greens are some of the fastest I've played in recent memory, especially for a $25 golf course. Very well conditioned, but it's not going to test the distance. But man, is it going to be quirky. Got up and down for par here. It sets the tone for the day. Second shot is a 200-yard shot over water. Somehow didn't film it. But it wasn't a great shot either. It was a pulled hybrid that ended up in the bunker. This is what you got to hit over. So probably when you play this course, take an extra club or two. Might even hit 3-wood or something. I thought that I could show you my shot out of the bunker. Totally filmed it bad. It was fairly decent, I thought, by my standards. And then I missed the putt. So I get a bogey, which for probably most people, a bogey on this hole is not bad. But I was greedy. So this is confusing, right? So the third hole used to be the seventh hole, and the seventh hole, I believe, now is the seventh hole used to be the third hole. If you're not a local, you could easily get confused on the routing here, or maybe I was just out early, so this is just me figuring it out. This is now the third hole. And keep in mind, the second hole is right there to your left. So on a busy day, you could be hitting and people could be on the green, so you have to wait for them. You're hitting over this creek, and this very much gave me feelings of the claustrophobia and quirk of Prestwick. And you're hitting off a mat, so you can't use a tee. So I kind of put away my original club, and we brought out a new club. It's like, okay, I can't put a tee in the ground, so let's do that. And I actually didn't even look at the yardage of this hole. I'm like, okay, let me just hit this out here. And then there's a creek. So I took 3 wood and I'm leaving these in, hit it pretty good. And it ended up actually not going into that creek, but it went out there. And then I was like, well, what does it do with a 5-iron? And the 5-iron's a better result. But I don't know about you, but I always have nerves hitting a 5-iron off the tee because I'm not the best 5-iron player. So that's a very quirky hole that you don't see stateside very often. That's what you're hitting over, and super narrow, right? Like that is not a lot of room. There's not a lot of wiggle room right there. So you have to really hit it. So this is the 5-iron approach. And this was a wedge of some sort, and I pulled it. Got to work on that. And if you hit like driver or 3-wood, just don't go to that right because everything's going to bounce to that, and that's what that looks like. And here's the chip. And these greens, look at that. Look at how fast it dog-tailed. Pretty darn nice golf course when you're playing a course that has that good of greens. And then just knocked it in with the wedge just to be a studly player. So from the third hole, you walk basically through a hiking trail. And I document this, and I like to show this because I like to see this stuff, and I'm selfish, and this is my vlog, and I'm going to do it. But this is how you get to the fourth hole, is you walk on this trail, and there's signs that say, okay, go this way. But it's pretty easy to get confused with where you're going, but then that eventually leads to the fourth hole, which you will see in a second. And basically what I've not mentioned also is anything to the left is pretty much is the cars. So this course definitely gives me a lot of Northwood vibes, like mellow Northwood vibes, chillin' Northwood vibes, underground Northwood vibes, not an Alistair McKenzie. Look at that. You have a little footbridge down to the creek, but it has some great redwood golf, and there's a lot of strategy to this course. Pretty good bunker shot. I did not expect that to come out as well, or else I probably would have filmed it a different way. I was focusing on probably like me mishitting it. Got a sandy, which is always like a really cool thing. Look at me. I'm like, yeah, man, I did it. So this hole was a crazy experience. You're hitting downhill, and the hole's actually to the right. I didn't know where I was going. So I was actually aimed at the 8th green, which turned out to be okay, but you can get turned around on this course because it's like non-linear to a certain degree. So then that left me about a 9-iron or a pitching wedge, and it turned out okay. Turned out a-okay. And then that's the green I was aimed at, to give you an idea, and that's where the hole is. So that, as you can see, if you want some of that, like I said in the intro, the Prestwick quirk, you can definitely get some of that Prestwick quirk over here. So, and then just hit a putt, and who knows what happened from there. But that kind of shows you a little bit of the routing too, because that cuts across some of that stuff. Here's hole number 6. I might have played from the wrong tees. Now, in hindsight, I think there might have been further back tees. This plays to like a volcano green. So you're basically just hitting a 2-something yard shot, and then it goes to a volcano. I hit a good drive, even though it was weird. Really good pitch. I actually made that, but then, of course, I don't get to film it. This is one of the unsolved mysteries of my life. I have a few of them, a couple of stories. I hit this shot right. It felt really good. It looked really good. It hit on this hill, and I lost my ball, and I couldn't figure out where it was. And then I hit this shot that's not very good, but we're going to keep it in. And I mean, it worked. But yeah, it hit on that brown mound with a left to right ball flight, and I could not find it for the light of me. So if you found a Snell ball there, might have been mine, but leave a comment if you think you know what happened to it. So playing from the drop, then hit a decent pitch, and I really tried to save myself and make a good score on this hole. Not too down on myself. Really, really hard hole. Probably, in my opinion, the hardest hole in the course because I can't get that doggone right to left ball flight. And I just ran it by a little bit. I didn't read it right. And double bogue. 8th hole. Pretty neat par 3. Kind of gives me that Northwood #3 vibes. Although you're hitting off a mat, definitely has some of those vibes. Wish the sunrise didn't mess it up so you could see it cooler, but really a neat looking green, neat shot to hit. Flew that pitching wedge back there. Maybe it was a 9-iron, and got greedy. I tried to run one in because I was like, man, because on my handicap, it was saying like my handicap for this course was 3 strokes. And I'm like, this course is really friggin' hard. Need to give me some more strokes, but got par. Good for me. I'm out of there. So that's that routing of holes. And then from there, you walk back by the second hole, which is kind of like always your compass on this golf course. You always can look at hole #2 and it'll kind of direct you where you should go. Hole #9, very tricky. You're hitting behind these trees, and you got to hope you can hit a good little shot. And I probably hit my best drive of the day. You know, guy was walking his dog. He was talking to me, and I don't mind talking to people. So this is what you walk through and such to get to the green. Kind of, I always like looking at those features. Very, very narrow, which is a theme of this course. And like a lot of old school courses, they're like, can you hit a right to left ball flight? And I can't. So this is where I drove it to, and then I hit a really bad chip. I wish I was chipping like how I was at Hidden Valley Lakes, because I would have been much better. And then ran it by, tried to get aggressive, tried to make the birdie to finish, but settled with par. Really a neat golf course. Really enjoyed it. If you want some of that UK quirk, this is a course that can give it to you. And it's a affordable course too. But this is a great, great golf course, and a golf course that I think, especially if you're learning how to play golf, albeit I don't know if it's the best learning how to play golf course because there's so many hazards and so much accuracy, but it's a neat experience to help you grow confidence, or if you just want to loop it a lot, it could give you that too. So that is my vlog. Let me know where you'd like to see me in the future. Huge thanks to those that recommended me play this. Next week, I will be at Cypress Lakes in Fairfield, California. I'm excited for that one. I actually didn't know about that course. I love Rancho Solano. I've played Paradise Valley, but I was unaware of Cypress Lakes, and it seems like it has a very small footprint on the internet. So tune in next week and see what my thoughts are on that golf course. Till then, this is Lukie. I will see you at the links, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment. Please help me grow. Please.